Namaste. Namaste. Please be with me while I get ready for sleepy time. 2 chamomile bags. Is anybody in the world out there? Still says 0. Okay, just help me. Got a big mess here. We got a big mess here. This looks like a bar room. Chips, empty wine bottles, empty water bottles, dishes to be put away, dishes in the sink. Vegan donuts. All right, so let's just put the kettle on. Okay. All right. Okay. I'll be right there. Sorry, I had to tap a kidney. Okay. I think that's ready. It's the anxiety at night. Okay, so today Laura went to the bars, and then soon after, I didn't want to go because we just got back and I didn't go to sleep. They both went to sleep or rested in their beds, and I just wasn't able to rest, even though I was tired. Anyway, I couldn't do the every day. So I was home, and then all of a sudden Thomas left, and I was like, what? All right, so let's go up to bed. And now that I have you guys, I don't have to be as scared because you're going to be with me, right? Okay. See, Laura shuts doors and turns off all the lights, and that's not good because I need to have lights. And Thomas paid for this place already, so I'm leaving lights on. Yeah, I'm leaving the lights on. Doesn't matter. Trust and believe. Trust and believe. Oh, God. You know what I just realized? I gotta go back down again. I think there's a bug in this water. I gotta go back down. You know why? Yeah, there's a spider in this water because I don't have my plug. So let me go get my plug. Good morning. Good morning. Oh God. Tonight we had, me and Laura had Sauvignon Blanc. I'll show you. Yeah, I didn't feel like doing the dishes today. Yesterday Thomas did them, and I should have put them away. The day before that I did them, and I did put them away, but I should just go ahead and put them away, right? That's not nice. Hi guys, Zoe the Queen, how are you? 11 people in the house, but not many people are saying hi, but that's okay. At night, whether I'm in New York, Staten Island, New Jersey, or Texas, or now Ireland, I have anxiety at night when everybody is asleep, or everybody just like says, okay, period, at the end of the sentence. For some reason I can't do that. And I didn't take my medicine yet, but sometimes my medicine doesn't work. And that's what I worry about. Because I am tired. I mean, we walked and walked and walked and walked and walked and walked some more and went on a hike, and then I couldn't breathe. And so I had to use my inhaler. And actually, I should take my inhaler upstairs because I haven't been using it enough. I'm supposed to be using it every 4 hours or as needed. And I haven't been using it enough. Feels like a bar room. This feels like a bar room. I really should put the light on so I could see what I'm freaking doing. Because I also have night blindness, so that's why I get really worried when Laura turns off all the lights and I can't see a dang thing. So, okay, I'll show you. Isn't that pretty? But look at all the stuff that has to be washed. Okay, not doing it now. I was just putting a couple of things away. Yeah, tomorrow we're gonna go for breakfast. No matter what, I said, wake me up. We'll go for breakfast. At what time? 9 o'clock, Thomas said. I don't care. I just probably can't take a shower before we go. I'll come home and take the shower. Yeah, I'm really weird with like taking the shower because we think that it's leaking. And I'm so afraid that I'm going to take a shower at night. First of all, you don't really want to take out your blow dryer and start blow drying your hair at night. And I'm just like, ever since I saw Psycho, I'm like freaked out about taking a shower at night. And then another disappointment is that beautiful bathtub in my room. We tried to fill it up and it doesn't fill up. I think Laura's talking on the phone. She usually doesn't talk on the phone this late. I think her girlfriend is talking to her. Okay, so I'm going to take 2 digestive cookies with me. Right? Just 2, so, you know, John Smith doesn't have to worry about me dying from overeating. These are just digestive, like, that you would feed a baby. Hi, Judy Bullock. How you doing? Hi, Ishmael. How are you doing? From Jamaica. Oh, one of my honeymoons I went to Jamaica. Jamaica's beautiful. Somebody's been hitting those cookies. Should I get a little plate? Little bowl. Let me get a little bowl. There we go. Isn't that cute? Yeah, so if anybody out there, hi Lisa Soren, nice to see you. Thanks for being with me during my crazy, nutty, powering down time. Thank you for being here. I'm probably not going to shut off anything else. Here's the room. Because I don't know if I should shut this light off. See? I don't know if I could see. Okay. Oh, almost forgot my wire again. You believe that? I almost forgot my wire. I need to have my wire because if I can't sleep, I gotta watch like videos or make videos like I'm doing right now. So, oh, I almost forgot my inhaler too. Let me get my inhaler, guys. Hold on a second. Hold on. Where is it? You get it. See it? Guys, I checked the box and the box is empty. That's not a good sign. Then I know Thomas took my inhaler when I was on the street. I said I have to stand over to the side for a second. And he did my inhaler himself. And I was like, why are you doing that? He's like, oh, I need some oxygen too. Here it is. Let me just take a swig of it. I don't know if I'm doing it right or wrong. Guys, I don't know. Who knows? If I'm doing it right or wrong. Okay. Oh, you saw the unboxing? Oh, thank you. Yeah, she has a channel, so that's how she put it up there. But you could also put it on Facebook if you really wanted to do it. Unboxing. I didn't even get to tell you guys about the reading. Right? I didn't tell you about it, did I? Oh. Did I even? Here, I brought this. One second, guys. 1 second. turn the light on because it's kind of dark in here. Close my blinds. I don't want people watching me sleep. Okay, so get a wipe for my makeup, but I didn't tell you guys. Yeah, so here's the beautiful tub. Isn't that pretty? And it's really beautiful, but haven't been able to fill up the tub. Something is wrong with the tub. And so I haven't told you guys what the psychic said. It was really, really good. Like, once I go to one psychic, I wanted to go to more or just be there for a longer amount of time. But Laura really didn't get a long reading. Her reading was short, but that's okay. She didn't mind. I'm paying for it. I'm going to pay for it. I ran out of Irish money. So I could give her cash or I could give her money to transfer back to Irish money. Yeah, because when we were in the airport, I had the money to transfer over. Like, I think Thomas said transfer over like 900. And I only I spent 100 on food in the airport that we didn't even eat. And that was just me and Laura. It wasn't even Thomas's food. It was me and Laura's food. It was so expensive at the airport in New York. And everything was like the Jetsons. And you had to do everything on your phone, everything on a credit card. It was so confusing. If you wanted to pay with money, regular cash, somebody else had to come over. It was confusing. It's like, I don't know if I'm ready for this new world. But yeah, look how dirty my skin is from all my makeup. But yeah, I really enjoyed the psychic because you gotta remember, I don't really get read that much. I mean, like, me and my friends that are psychic, sometimes we give each other readings, but very lately we haven't. We should really do more of that. You know, where I read one person and they read me and turn over a couple of cards. They would definitely do it, but yeah, I wear too much makeup and I need a facial. I think on Friday, see all the wrinkles over here? You might say, where's the wrinkles? No, I age spots and there's crinkles in my skin. But anyway, Thomas set up for us. Today we had a hike and I couldn't make it. Not for nothing, Laura really didn't walk that far either. But we had certain time frame that we had to do it, and I couldn't really make it. So Thomas went by himself. Some of the areas. We were on the bus and it was freezing, and we were on the outside on the top of this like double-decker bus. And yeah, that's fun and cool and you got to see things, but it was so cold that I had my hood on and I was like, this is not warm enough for me. I don't like to be cold. Okay. I have been very bad with my medicine. my thyroid medicine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it up at night, and then if it's on top of the pill bottle, I'll know to take it in the morning. I'm supposed to take it an hour. I do wake up every day, no matter what time I go to sleep. Like right now, it's I think 2 in the morning here in Ireland. I'll still wake up at like 5 and 6. I'll look at the clock, I'll look at my phone, I'll say, oh, okay, go back to sleep. But then sometimes at 6 or 6:30, I'll say, let me take my pill. But if it's not close by, I forget. So that's why I'm putting it right here. So I'm on a lot of thyroid medicine, 154, right? No, 150 thyroid. So what happens if I don't take it? What happens to me is I get really, really cold. Sometimes hot, but mostly cold, like because your thyroid is in charge of your heater system in your body, right? So your thyroid is in charge of your metabolism, like how much you eat, how much you want to eat, how much you feel filled up, and also your temperature. So when you feel like you can't get warm and my skin gets dry, really, really dry, that's all the thyroid, right? So I have to take that medicine. And when I have forgotten to take it like for a week or 2 weeks, and it screws my whole system up. And then plus put on the fact that am traveling usually by myself. When I travel home by myself, I need to be like with it. I need to be cognizant. So I had been forgetting to take my pills when I was in Staten Island, New York, because I had flu A. So I was like all screwed up. And when I got to the airport and we were running back and forth, I was in a full sweat and I really felt like I was going to pass out when we were waiting for the luggage. But I kept asking God, please help me so I don't embarrass my kids. I just want to get to the destination so, then everything will be all right. And then there was a point where we had to run to a staircase and we have the suitcase with us, right? And we had to go down the escalator, and I call my suitcase Ironsides, right? And we had to push through this like gate, and Thomas and Laura went fast, first, and they had their own suitcases. And Thomas had a lot of suitcases this time. He usually has very few. And I got there, and I was at the top, and my hands were shaking. And I said, if I go down on that step, I'm going to fall down the stairs, and that'll be it. That'll be the end of the trip. We have to go to the hospital. I'll die, whatever. Or I'm just going to throw my suitcase down the stairs, and it's going to knock somebody else out. It was terrible. It was like a panic attack with a anxiety attack with a breathing problem. And I wasn't doing this every 4 hours. Oh, 1 second. So it was really scary. So I stood there and I backed up and I said, I'm sorry, I can't do it. And there was all people behind me. I don't know if I told you the story. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. But 1 second. Okay. I need to walk again. So, um, so what happened was I started to move the suitcase Ironsides. I'll show you what Ironsides looks like. Yeah. Ironsides is very big. And it's gray. Anyhow, I said, I can't do this. And I start to move backwards. I said, I'm sorry, I can't. And so Thomas and Laura are already gone. They're already down the stairs waiting on the first level, right? Where the taxis are picking up. And this lady behind me, I think she was like Philippines or Chinese or something. And she goes, it's okay. It'll be okay. And it was a nice voice. I remember hearing that. I was like, I wonder if that's the last voice I'm going to hear. I know I'm dramatic, but I said to myself, is that the last voice I'm going to hear? If so, that's a pretty nice voice. Like she seemed like she cared. And then she goes, I go, no, I just feel dizzy. I feel dizzy. I can't do it. And then I moved the suitcase back and I said, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And then I almost fell again. I almost fell again. Okay. So I said, sorry. So she goes, oh, it's okay. And I was standing towards the side, like 2 seconds away from where everybody was going, moving the fence, the gate open, and pushing that big suitcases in. And she goes, I'm sure there's an elevator. She must have said elevator. But then all of a sudden I looked up and she was gone. I was like, she was down the escalator. So then I'm standing there in shame and sweat and I'm crying, right? I didn't know what else to do. I don't know where Laura and Thomas are, right? And I'm sitting there and I'm trying to find my phone. My hands are shaking and I'm like, this is how my trip is going to end, right? So I see a 7-year-old girl and an 8-year-old boy, right? With suitcases on wheels, right? Not as big as my suitcase inside, but they're little kids and they just navigating themselves through the doors and just pushing themselves onto the escalator, even though it's so steep. It was this steep, like when you're standing there, like I'm afraid of heights as well. Can I have any more fears? So I'm standing on, they're standing up there and they're just pushing it like it's nothing. Second. Must be true because I sneezed. And I'm pushing the suitcase. I mean, I'm standing there crying, weeping, and I can't breathe. Like my chest feels like it did day 1 of flu A. And I'm like, now do I have bronchitis? I don't know. Who knows? So I'm standing there to the side wondering like what's going to be my fate. And these 2 little kids, these 2 little rugrats just friggin' go. And like their parents kind of were like, hurry up, like move it. And I'm like, what a loser am I? These little kids are moving their suitcases down. But that wasn't the worst. The worst was then all of a sudden there's a blind guy with a stick and he can't see anything. He doesn't even have eyesight, right? And he's walking and the stick is going all over the place and no one's helping him. And I wanted to help him, but I just weeped even more because I'm like, even a blind guy could friggin' navigate those stairs better than me. So then I get my phone out right after this whole scene is in front of me being displayed and millions of people going down those stairs like it's nothing. I thought like after that blind guy got on the elevator and he had a little wheelie case too, but then he had his stick too. He couldn't see anything and no one was helping him. And I felt so bad. And somebody behind him goes, yeah, you got it. You got it. Just keep on going. Just like, it's like stand on the top of the mountain and just jump. It's like, I was like, what is happening here? I need an escalator. I need a chair. And my son would not let me get a wheelchair. If I had a wheelchair, if they just let me be in a wheelchair, somebody would have been wheeling me, not him, not my daughter, somebody else that worked in the airport would have been pushing me. But he said, no, you can walk, and that's crazy that you take a wheelchair ever. And I'm like, no, I don't think it's crazy. Have you met me? I know I'm your mother, but have you freaking met me? So then I get Laura on the phone, but she had to use WhatsApp to get me. And then I don't even know if I downloaded it correctly, but I used to have it a while back. And then she goes, are you coming? Where are you, Mom? I said, I can't do it. I can't do it. I know, it's bad. I can't do it. So she goes, all right, don't worry. I go, I can't handle the suitcase and I can't breathe. And I couldn't even find the inhaler. I just can't hold Ironside and go up on that thing and go down. So she goes, don't worry, Thomas is coming up. And I was like, where is he coming up from? I didn't even see the staircase, right? Now, I would have been all right with the staircase if somebody would have taken my suitcase and went down the escalator with the suitcase, and I could have walked down the staircase and been fine. So then Thomas comes and he's like, what's the matter with you? I'm like, okay, Mr. Compassion. I had a panic attack. I thought I was going to fall. I was shaking. I was dizzy. I almost fainted down the stairs. I moved my suit. He goes, you were right behind me. I go, I moved myself off the escalator in the middle of everything. So he took my suitcase, and it was heavy for him too. It was definitely heavy for him. And I just he goes, are you all right? And I was like, I guess so. I was trying to be strong. I was really trying to be strong and not be embarrassing to my kids. I want to be a person. I want to be a person that, hey, let's go on vacation. Hey, at least I'm not alone, on vacation, traveling on planes. And so this will be great because I'm not alone. I could do anything if I'm not alone. And then, but then yeah, I had this incident. So he took the suit, he took Ironsides and went, and then I just held on it, and I always have trouble stepping onto it because if you feel dizzy and you look down, right? Say you feel dizzy and looking down, and you put your feet there, it's okay if you have no suitcase, but you could just hold on to the side, right? But if you have a suitcase that you're pushing and you're going on an escalator and you have to be fast because everybody's being fast, it was just a scary. It was very scary. And then we're running back and forth trying to get a cab. And then we were on the wrong side and he was like, we got to cross the street and we have the luggage. And then we get into the smallest, tiniest car. A lot of them are tiny, but thank God that guy saw Laura or saw Thomas, and we got in. Somehow we got in it. When we got in it, I was coming down from all the things that happened, and I think I found the inhaler, and I did the inhaler, and then, he's looking at me like, you all right? Laura's more compassionate. She's like, you okay there, Mom? And I was like, it was really scary. I was crying. It was embarrassing and it was frightening. And then we can't go to the hotel, the B&B house that we're staying at because they were cleaning it out and the other people were still here. So we had to wait in a restaurant. It wasn't a restaurant, it was like a cafe, a vegan cafe. It was called Cornucopia. And we had to wait there for 5 hours. And when we first got out of the cab, we didn't know if we were allowed to walk in with all these suitcases, like big, high, tall suitcases that we had. We had bags and suitcases, right? Iron sides, and Thomas had a green bag, a wheelie bag, and two other bags, and Laura even had a wheelie bag and her other bag, and so we just I was standing outside waiting for them to find out if we can go in there and bring all the suitcases, and I was just like dead inside. It's like, because I didn't sleep all night, didn't take my medicine, wasn't able, because we were flying. So I can't take, I don't take my medicine when we're flying, but maybe I should have. I don't know. Maybe I should have. The plane ride was comfortable. I watched 3 movies, and that really helped it to go fast. Because the other planes I fly on, I never have any movies, But this was JetBlue that he put us on, and he got us the extra space for our legs. I never had that. It wasn't first class, but it was all this, like, you could stretch out your legs. Really nice, like this. Thank you, Judy Bolick, for being here. Thank you for telling people to give me a thumbs up. Thank you, Lisa Sarn, for being here too. I always feel better when I talk to you guys. Thanks for being here. What time is it by you guys? I know we're got 5-hour difference. When I return, you want to get a lot of artwork? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Well, that brings me to what else I wanted to talk to you guys about. The psychic. Because that's what she told me. She said, you haven't been doing something that is your mission. So I said, like, as soon as I walked in, she had the cards on the table. It smelled like beautiful incense in her house. House was this rich house. I did a little 5-minute video. I wasn't sure if I was allowed to. So it's just a 5-minute video. It doesn't show really anything, but she baked like a cornbread that was on the counter. Anyway, as soon as I walked in, Laura was waiting in the other room, and she said, oh, you have a lot of people that walked in with you. And I knew that because I could feel it, right? So, but I wanted her to say it. So I said, oh, really? Who would that be? And she goes, well, you walked in. She said, there's a woman, and she was very, not chatty. She's not chatty. My mother, I wouldn't consider her chatty, but I forget the word she used to describe her, but I needed her to say a couple of more things, and then I knew she was talking about my mom. She was like, she stays around you a lot, especially lately, because she wants to see you go back to doing things that you used to do that you enjoyed and make a decision. In terms of a job, I think she meant like, I asked her, I said, well, I sub, but it's just part-time. And I said, but could it be that, that she doesn't want me to sub? She goes, well, I go, but it's ending anyway. I just have another month of work, and then we're off till August. And she goes, yeah, but because you're working, that's taking away from the mission. And I said, oh, for the missing? And she said, no, not really. She goes, I know you do that. She goes, but it's something else. It's more artistic and more of the readings. She goes, you need to be doing the readings. I said, well, they came to a standstill. I don't think it was my fault. I said, I used to do the readings, and I used to do a lot more art gallery. And I said, I did. She goes, and you stopped it. She goes, you stopped it yourself. And I said, yeah, because I was getting ready to travel. My sister got sick, and I had to get back to New York earlier than what I was planning on going. And then this trip too. And then I got ill when I was in New York. And she goes, no, I know. She goes, I see you've been feeling sick. And like, she pointed to this area down my chest to my stomach. And I was like, you got that right. And she goes, no, you're going to be fine. It's fine. I was like, okay. But she said, no, you got to get back. And she goes, and your mom's waiting for you. Your mom is watching you to make the right decisions. And she goes, now, she goes, you're at like, I go, because I'm old now, because I'm 60. She goes, well, you're at a time in your life where now you have to do your work. Now you have to do your mission. And the teaching, the subbing was taking you away from that. And I said, I do concentrate more on it when I am on summer break. And she goes, yeah, but like there's another level that she wants me to be at. I should be at. Like I forget the word. I'm distracting myself with the subbing. The subbing is taking me away from doing the art, the healing art, the readings. She kept saying the readings. And then when I would say the missing, my work for the missing, she said, that's nice. That's really lovely. She goes, that's really lovely that you do that for the missing and, the murdered. But she said, the people who are alive need more readings from you. And she said, you have to monetize. And I was like, what? And it was like so weird. Like things have been falling into place. Like words are being said that I don't realize it at first, but then I realize it and it clicks. And I'm like, oh my gosh, did she just say that? So she said there was somebody had tried to help you, like she was like, get a website or like show your work in a different way so that you can get it out there. And she goes, and you rejected that person. She goes, but that person is a healer. And so I know who she's talking about because there was a person that I'm friends with, right? And she, she has bought artwork from me. I had made her something. And she also does Reiki. And, like from virtual, don't even have to be on the phone with her. But she had told me months ago, many, many months ago, I want to help you set up a website for your artwork, for your channel, whatever. So more people could see your artwork and buy your artwork, your books. And I just was like, I shut it down. I just was like, my head was in too many places, kind of like what she said. Her name was Susan Ward, the psychic lady, very nice lady. She's been doing this for over 30 years. I think she was like my age, maybe a little bit younger, a little bit older. Who knows? But she was a lovely lady. And she just says, oh yeah, you rejected the work from this lady and she's a healer as well. So she can help you. Some stuff that you don't understand how to do, you got to get it set up. And she's like, your mother agrees with that. Your mother wants you to organize it that way too. Like she goes, like you put in your time in terms of teaching. She goes, teaching is lovely. You're a teacher, you're a natural teacher. The children, they're all cute. She goes, but now it's time for you to take to the next level and be more serious with your work. And you have to monetize because, and I told him my whole thing with monetize and Hollywood and like Twitch and this whole thing. I don't know, maybe she didn't understand what I was saying, but she goes, no, listen, she goes, you have to do it. Angels and God is not going to be mad at you. They're going to be happy with you because you have a service that you give to people and your time means, your time is valuable. Everybody's time is valuable. So she says, if you're creating healing artwork, you're doing readings, more readings. She goes, more regular. I go, for the missing? No. She goes, that's lovely that you do that. And you can still do that. And you could keep that not monetized. But she said, you need to do more readings for people because people need the readings and and they have the money to pay for it. Because I said, well, I got very, sad a couple of months ago because I said everything went to a standstill. And I said, I tried a lot of things. I tried 10/10, I tried 20/20, I tried, and I did get, readings. I said, but I never understood how to put the period at the end of the sentence. And so instead of giving somebody a 10-minute reading for $10, I was given like a 3-hour reading for $10. And then I would do like 4 people, and yeah, one person was from Ireland, another person was from England, another person was from the United States, another person was from Australia. I said, and then the next day, or the next 2 days or 3 days, I was shot, and I made $40. Okay. I did 5 hours of readings and I made $40. So I was like going in the red. I mean, my regular readings were 60 for half hour to an hour. And that's a great deal, okay? Because what we paid her for 2 readings was $120, and only I got 45 minutes, and Laura got probably 20 minutes. So, and we went and spent like $25 on a cab to get there, $25 on the cab to get away from there. So, you know, I am not a good business person. And so what happened was, when we did our taxes, I was away. I did them beforehand, and then we send them out. And then they said, there's a big problem here with my business. And the big problem was that I was 2,000 in the red. $2,000. Like, so meaning I not only did I not make any money, but I owed $2,000. We owed actually more than that. We altogether, like, I think 4,000. It was going to be 7,000. They got it down. But they said, your wife has to monetize and maybe get some commercials. And I could do that. If I can find it out from somebody. But basically what the psychic lady told me was, Susan, told me that she goes, I'm not good at, creating a website. She goes, I pay a lady, once a month. I don't know. I think she said 35 or 40 a month. And she goes, it's worth it. She set it up, my website, and she maintains it. She knows how to add things and take away things, and she does it all. And I pay her a fee. And she goes, that's what you do. And she goes, and I like this person that came with an offer to you. She is a natural healer. And so she's not trying to hurt you. She's not trying to take from you. She's trying to help you. Okay? Because she sees that you helped other people and you helped her as well. So it was really beautiful, like what she said, because she was like, oh, no, I know that. I know who that is. Because I said the person's name. And I said, oh, she has a channel and she does this or that. And she was like, I know that. Yeah, I know that. She's a lovely person. And that she's only trying to help you. And you rejected her a few months ago. Don't do that again. And I said, you know what? I am going to text her as soon as I'm done. When I get back to the B&B, I'm going to text her and I'm going to tell her all about it. But we were going out to the pubs. So I did give her a quick text and I said, I'll talk to you tomorrow about it, but I have something very important to tell you and ask you. And, but right now we're in the pubs, so we couldn't talk. And she was like, that's okay, enjoy. But yeah, it was just so weird. It was like, in other words, she was saying, like, you got to get your energy right again. You got to get your energy into it. She goes, there was something that you used to do and you really loved it. And then you just put a stop on it. Just like, you went like, boom, done. And I go, yeah, that's my artwork. I mean, it was the readings too. It was the readings too, because I got discouraged. And then I was just doing the missing. there was so many, and I told the woman, I said, there were so many cases that came up for the missing. And there was this missing boy, this missing girl, this missing woman, this missing guy. And she goes, yeah, I know you want to heal the world and you want to find these people, especially the children you resonate with. But she said, you can't forget about what God gave you, and the people who are alive need the readings because you have the gift. And if you're not using the gift, you're just using it to help, they're not even noticing what I do. Like I put up how many videos for summer and nobody talks about them. Nobody says one word about them. Yeah, I'll get like 2,000 or 4,000 views at the time, but then that's it. Nobody looks into it. No one takes my information and goes with it. But anyhow, she was just trying to tell me how to be more organized and how to utilize the gifts. Maybe she sees an end to a period at the end of the sentence. Maybe she sees an ending, but she did say that I asked her, one of the questions was about grandchildren. And she was like, yeah, it's going to be when you least expect it. You're going to be at your last rope, the last, string. And then all of a sudden it'll happen and it'll be two kids will come in and one's autistic and one's something else, sporty, I think. But I didn't get a strong feel on it. I guess I can't read myself in terms of that. I have seen little people in my dreams, little kids in my dreams, but I don't know if it's who that is. I know one of them is my daughter in heaven, Lily. So that goes to the case of 21 in the house. Thank you for coming. Let me take a sip of the chamomile tea, guys. Yeah, so it was just like, it was so magical that I wanted to stay there longer, and I wanted my reading to be longer. And I don't know, I was thinking of maybe going back, but that would probably be stupid. I wanted a couple of different readings. I was trying to find a tea leaf reader. But she didn't do tea leaf, but she read my palm. She read my daughter's palm too. Yeah, so, all right. What part was I at? Is that a mood ring? It's called the Star Sapphire. Devin gave it to me. I don't know if it's real or not. It's called a Star Sapphire. There's a sapphire ring. That's my birthstone, is sapphire. And there's a star. It looks like a star in there, right? It's pretty. I had one from my first husband. And then he gave it to me before we were married. And then my apartment was broken into and they stole it. So Devin bought it for me because it always made me sad that they stole it. And this is emerald. I'm pretty sure this one is real. You have to wear emerald. It's Ireland. Yeah, so she talked about my mom, always watching over me. And I said, I feel her. I feel her. I know she wanted me to come here. My mom had made a trip towards the end of her life, which was, so young. I guess she was about 50 because she died at 53. So I remember I was 15. So she died when I was 19. So she must have been 50 when she went on that trip. And she wanted to go to England, Ireland, and she also went on a trip to Florida. But England and Ireland were big because her mother was from England. Her mother was born, my mother's mother was born in England. So we are like 26% British. And then I think the Irish blood comes from my father, but also my mother's father. Um, his name was Tom. Almost everybody in the family that I married to, kids, grandfathers, everybody's named Tom. They're all named Tom. Everybody's Tom. So anyhow, she says my father came, and she goes, "Wow, what a good-looking man he is! His broad shoulders, the black hair." And I was like, "Did she see a picture of him somewhere? Does she know Mr. Brady, Mr. Tom Brady?" So she goes, "Oh well, I know that your mother and father might have fought in life, but they really did love each other." And I said, "I know that's true. They had a volatile time together, but neither one of them, when they got divorced, neither one of them ever had a boyfriend or a girlfriend or remarried. So there was that love was still there, but there was just so many things that happened." Anyhow, I was like wondering what my father was doing there, what his opinion was. And I said, "Did he want to say anything to me?" And she was like, "No, mainly he just watches you, and mainly your mother wants you to maybe get more organized and get on the ball with the monetization. Take yourself seriously and what your worth is." Yeah, and she said your father wants you to know your worth as well. That he was saying, like, "You're magical, you're special," you know. He would say that to me a lot. Um, but my nephew, she goes, "There's a man, there's a boy." No, he's not a boy. He's not a boy. He is a man, but there's something about him that it seems like a boy. And I said, "Well, I had two nephews that passed away." So she goes, "Well, this is a nephew that passed away, and he was alone." So I'm trying to think, how did Patrick die? Patrick, I think, got pneumonia, couldn't breathe, and didn't speak or talk or walk. But he was just about to get out of the hospital to go over to my brother's, to be there for like a weekend or something. And he got really, really ill and ended up dying. But he was surrounded by a lot of people, including my brother, right, at the hospital. So I think they were talking about Sean, my sister Karen, and Jimmy's son, went to go take a shower, and then Karen fell asleep on the couch watching a movie. He just got back from work, and he watched the movie with her, but then he said, "I'm going to go up and take a shower now." She said, "Okay, I'll be here when you get back." And then she woke up hours later and realized he never came back down, and she heard the shower going. So the psychic lady said, "Yeah, that has to be him," because he told her, "I died by myself, like nobody was next to me. I died by myself. That's how I was supposed to die. It's okay. I don't want my mother to worry. I don't want my father to worry or my brothers to worry, because I was supposed to die like that, because I was getting ready for my shower, and then it was just out. Close the doors, boom, shades pulled down." And I know this because he's shown it to me before, but it's hard to explain it to my sister. Sometimes people aren't ready to hear how their child, their baby, exited. But she started telling me right away, "I'm okay now. Please tell my mother and my father." She was like, "Yeah, the father is still there, right? Still there in the house." I said, "Yeah, he's a great dad, Jimmy." And she goes, "Well, he wants messages for your sister and your brother-in-law." And I said, "What's that?" "That I am okay now. Please don't think that I'm suffering. I couldn't stay in that life anymore because I messed it up. I could not stay that way. I needed to have a new start, and that's what I do here in heaven. And I stay mostly with Grandma and Grandpa Brady. Sometimes Grandpa and Danny Rispoli. Okay? She goes, because I see him with this other couple and a little man and that likes to dance, and that's Uncle Danny. And then the other man that's always laughing, that's Mario, Mr. Rispoli. He's always laughing. He's always like, look at this guy. Look at this guy over here. Okay, but then she started talking about Patrick. She was like, oh, I got another young one. I go, yeah, we're like the Kennedys. We have a lot of tragedies, except we don't get the money. We don't have the money of the Kennedys, but we're like the Kennedys. All tragedies, family love and craziness, but no money. Not really that much money. So that brings me to another thing. She said, your father really loves the house. I go, oh, the house I'm living in? No, 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 no. The house that you guys all used to live in. She goes, who has that house that you lived in as kids? Because she's showing me like the big table and living together. And I go, nobody actually. We had to sell that house. When my parents got divorced, we sold that house to the couple. I guess, was it a gay couple? I think it was a gay couple, two guys. And then they broke up, and it kept going on from there. Now I think it's a Section 8 house. Well, my father told her to tell me, when you finally get back to Staten Island, New York, okay, can you please go there? Because he resonates with that house. He's always over there. And he appreciates, she goes, you went there the last time, didn't you? And I said, I did go there the last time. I can't believe he saw that, Dad. She goes, yeah, he's saying that he likes that. He's got his big broad shoulders. He's sitting with his hands in front of him. And he's like, just go check out the house. Go check out. But the last time they wouldn't let me in. And Patricia was there, and she was like, they're going to call the cops on you. Get in the car. I was like, please, let me knock on this door. I used to live here. Me and her, we used to live in this house. Can we just come in and take a look? But what they did was they made it into Section 8 houses. So you have like one older man lives on the first floor, and the other older woman lives downstairs, and another older lady and her father, a husband, live upstairs, and they have a small kitchen, and they get Meals on Wheels delivered, so they turned that house into a Section 8 situation. But my father wants me over there. I got to get over there. So it was nice meeting. It was like nice to be meeting with my family that are in heaven. My mother's been up there since 1983. My father's been up there since 1993. Right? 93? Or 92? 92. Yeah. Sean's been up there since 2020, March 2020. 4 years. He had a lot to say. I told my sister some things. She wants to hear more. Basically, she said that your nephew wants to tell his mama, and his dad, I love what you do at the cemetery because you're praying for me, you're talking to me, and I hear every word that you say. Now, my sister is like a professional gardener. She's a nurse, but she's like a professional gardener. She has all gardens set up in her house. And then she has a garden set up all around Sean's gravesite, right? And it's really beautiful. And for his birthday was April 15th. And Sean's dad, Jimmy, my brother-in-law Jimmy, who's the greatest, went over to Dollar Tree store and got him balloons that said happy birthday, and they were mainly blue, and that's his favorite color. And he put them on the stone, on the headstone. And you think it's like a little wacky because sometimes they go there like 3 times a day. When it first happened, they were going there 3 times a day. But definitely every week they go there at least twice a week. But sometimes if they have a rough day, they go there 3 times a day and pray. So this woman says to me, listen, Sean has a message for you, Sister Karen, and your brother-in-law Jimmy. I was like, oh, please tell me. I would love to tell them. And she said, whatever they're doing over by like the cemetery or the yard, he appreciates it and he loves it. And he feels so honored that those two people, Karen and Jimmy, are his parents. Because he's like, they're not the kind of parents that just kick you to the ground when you mess up over and over again. And he's like, Aunt Kathleen, I messed up so many times, but they didn't just stop loving me because they knew that I was good inside my heart. But I just messed up and they helped me and they wanted to help me more than I wanted to help myself. And I thank them for having those prayers. He's saying something about a bench. So there must be a bench that they can sit on and look over at the flowers and his name. And he just said, I thank you, Mom and Dad, for honoring me like that. I didn't deserve it. But you guys are so great that all these prayers you're saying for me, everybody's hearing them. And they treat me like I'm a special guy. So she goes, not only is your father very handsome, Katrina, she goes, not only is your father very handsome, but your nephew, he has an aura about him. When everybody sees him, they all smile. They have a great time with him in heaven. They just don't stop smiling when they see him. And I go, do you see his dimples? Do you see those brown eyes? And she goes, yeah, those are called bedroom eyes. And she goes, the eyelashes too. The eyelashes and the brown eyes. She goes, and the way Shawnee would always like have his eyes like half open, half closed, sleepy bedroom eyes. That's what he had. So it was really nice to hear that. And he basically just wants to tell his mom and his dad, Mom and Dad, I thank you for all that you've done. And it might seem cliche, but I'm hearing all those prayers that you're saying. You're just sitting down, you're just looking at the flowers, and you're saying something to me. And I know one of them, she says, the psychic said, one of them, either Karen or Jimmy, is saying, I just wish I could blink my eyes and I can have you back. And he goes, Mom, don't make me cry because I'm already hugging you. You can't feel it, but you're going to have a smile on your face after I do it. Everything that happened, God put his stamp on it. Okay? If God thought Shawnee could have stayed longer into his 40s, he would have been stayed here longer into his 40s. Something did not work with him. Maybe it was the Lyme's disease. Maybe it was the medication. Maybe it was the experimenting when he was a youngster and then keep on experimenting. And maybe it's just too much that ruined the chemistry in his brain and he just couldn't go back. But he's thanking them and he's saying, I am fine with my grandmother, Grandma Brady, Grandpa Brady, Grandpa Rispoli is funny. I have the same dimples as him. Okay. And I have the same toughness as Grandpa Brady. Sean is tough like Grandpa Brady. And they are together. And Grandma Brady, she keeps everybody organized. Everybody motions even. She gives them things to do. What she gave Sean lately is, Sean, you got to go help your mother. Now, your mother and father were helping you and are always helping you, but now you got to go help your mother and father so that they can enjoy their life. They want to give you everything on your gravesite, your flowers, your gardens, all over the place, but we want you to help them to relax and enjoy their life, this part of their life, right? So that was the things that was told to me. And a few other things. Well, all in all, hi Juniper. Juniper's Tarot and Astrology. Thank you. Yes, she gave me a lot of good messages. Did she use cards or did she read your energy? She used these old-fashioned black cards that were really thin and beat up. She probably had them for 30 years. And then we walked over to the window so she can look at my palm under the light. And it was freezing in there. It's freezing everywhere. Even this radiator is freezing. I don't see anything. Makes it go lighter. Let's see if anybody's saying anything that I'm missing. Juniper, are you still working on the Sebastian Rogers case? I was working on it too. I'm just like getting confused with like Seth Rogers is going to get together with Katie Proudfoot. That did not sit with me well. That did not sit with me well. Sorry about that. What's Irish money? You can't use that. When you get to the airport, there's a place that you can hand in, like, say, $400, $500, $800, and just get it transferred to Irish money. Well, when I got there, I was like stressed out and tired, and I said, here's $400. And I needed to do more than that, but I didn't. So, yeah, did somebody have a question for me? Your girlfriend wants a reading and your mom? Okay. Yeah, when I get back, I'm not going to be back till May 1st. But when I get back May 1st, I'll start talking to you about dates, okay? Like we used to do. Yeah, she talked a little bit about my my husband, right? And she needed to know what people's signs were and things like that. Tomorrow we might see the Amy Winehouse movie in the movies. Yeah, I'm excited about that. I'm a big Amy Wine. I'm a big Amy Winehouse fan. So it's 9:30. Yeah, people do burn out quickly. I have burnt out many times. I'll burn out so much. Like, say I'll do like 3 readings and I'll burn out, right? I'll get the $60 for this, that, and the other one. I'll be happy. But then I feel burnt out. Like, did the person like the reading? Maybe they didn't. Maybe they did. Maybe I should have did it better. And I'll totally whack myself out. And then what I'll do is I'll say next weekend I'm not going to do any readings because, I need to relax, right? But then I don't get back on the horse again. And I used to be up on that horse, but I think that's what the psychic was trying to tell me. She was like, did you used to do a whole bunch of stuff and like to promote your work, but then all of a sudden you put this kibosh on it and you're like, I'm just going to look for missing people and that's it. Vlogs. And I said, that's exactly it. I just did missing people. I just did talking, vlogs. And I stopped doing so much of the collective read. And I still haven't done Aries. So sorry, Aries. I know I need to do you. Um, yeah, she basically said, just get back up on that horse, monetize yourself. Maybe people want to join in like 349, 399 a month. That's not much to chip in. 399, 499, 599, something like that. But just keep it low, and you'd be surprised. Like I would have to make it like, okay, I'm gonna do. Say I have 10 people that join that. Well, once a month, I'm gonna do readings for them individually. Whatever their sign is. Okay. To win prizes. Maybe we can go back to winning prizes. I used to do all of that jazz. Yeah, Juniper, are you monetized? Like, I don't even know how to get monetized, to tell you the truth. I have to ask Ruby. You have to fill something out. I know that. And then you have to wait for them to check you out. Hi, Christina, Isabel. How are you? Hi, sweet as taboo. I was just telling everybody what my experience was coming into Ireland, almost dropping my suitcase down the stairs, almost falling myself. because I was getting over bad flu A, and then going to a psychic reader in Ireland, and how lovely that was. Who's your daughter, sweetest Taboo? Your daughter brought you over here? Who's your daughter? What's her name? Sorry, I'm being quiet. I'm just eating my cookie. Yeah, you could put it on Facebook's, Lisa, and that would definitely help me. Yeah, so I think that was it on all that she said to me. She wanted me to get back to work. She wanted me to get back to what I used to do, what gave me pleasure. And I said, well, really, what gave me pleasure? Aside from the readings, readings give me pleasure if I do it in the right amount of time. You know, if I do a 2 hour reading and I only get paid 60, then I'm going to feel like I ripped myself off a little bit, right? Because my time is valuable too. But if I do a $60 reading and it only took me an hour, I feel good. If I do some healing artwork and I package it up together and mail it out, and the person is feeling the benefits of it, then I feel good too. So, and I know that I'm supposed to be doing more readings. When she said it, like, why aren't you doing that anymore? And I was like, I gave up because I tried doing the 10-10, I tried doing the 20-20, and I felt like I was turning into a gypsy, you know, give me a five for a reading, a 3 card reading, a five, which I never did. But no, you know, I'm not trying to judge anybody who does do that, but I don't want that for me. I didn't want that kind of system for me. For me, I asked my angels what I should do. They said $60, one price for about 30 to 60 minutes. Whatever you get during that amount of time, that's the reading. Either way, you get the 60 ahead of time. And then the doing my artwork, that was important too. So, but anyhow, if unless anybody has anything to say, I'm gonna probably close out because I am tired. My medicine's working. And I'm glad I'm seeing you all. I'm seeing Lisa Sarn. I'm happy to see you. I love you, my friend. I see Judy Bullock. I love seeing you in Ireland. I love to be here. It's on the bucket list. You better come. You definitely better come. I'll have some places for you. Um, and we have Juniper. She's another reader, astrologist on YouTube. Tries to find the missing as well. Working very hard on Sebastian Rogers' case. All of us are working hard on that one, right? Hopefully we find heads or tails on it. Yeah. And then we have Judy Bullock, who's a very good friend from long ago. Yeah, so when I get back to the, the States, specifically when I get back to Texas, that'll be May. But even if I get back to New York, I can always open up my calendar and book some people's readings if you really want a reading. Um, can I do it in New York? I could definitely do it in New York because I have my cards with me. So we can always, get a couple out before I even get back to Texas. But I love you all. Thank you for being with me during my nervous time. I'm not nervous now. I'm feeling okay. But now it's time for me to go to sleep. I'm going to take all of these necklaces off because this will keep me awake. Because it is amethyst, right? And that'll keep me awake. Um, I love you all. Thank you for sitting with me and listening to my story of the airport and the psychic. And I thank you. And tomorrow I will have my phone with me. Today I left it on the table and we had to go to a hike. So I forgot it and I was so mad about that because I like to do videos. I like to do pictures and videos, and my kids do a little bit of it, but not that much. Not as much as mama. Anyway, I love you guys. You guys take care, and I will see you soon. Namaste. I love you with all of my heart chakra, to all of my third eye chakra, to all of my head chakra. Okay? So I am going to take my hair out because I don't want to get a headache. Namaste. I'll see you on Wednesday.